If you accelerate, you need to be able to brake too. For this, the brakes must be in top condition. A braking system is never 100% airtight. The sticking point is the brake fluid. It wears out and has to be removed at least every 2 years. Here, a biker admits that his last change was 3 years ago and is reminded that every 2 years is recommended. We do a practice test with Alex and his 13-year-old CBR. The last change, according to Alex, was more than 4 years ago. The brake fluid is hygroscopic. This means it attracts water. Over time, this causes air to get into the system. The braking effect diminishes, especially when the brakes get hot, for example, during a long tour through the Alps. With every attempt, the stroke gets longer by a few meters, even when the brakes are hot. The effect of this old fluid diminishes rapidly. In extreme cases, crash. With regular change of the brake fluid and complete airing of the system, the brakes remain in top condition. The usual method, a screwdriver, manual power, and lots of patience. Close the brakes, open the system, close the system, open the brakes. Complex and inefficient because the negative pressure is not enough. Much easier, the vacuum pump. But even this pump does not evacuate the air out of the system completely. The produced negative pressure is not enough to remove all air bubbles. Recently, a small screw has come onto the market which made its mark, the bleed screw. And he invented it. Martin Mazul explains why the bleed screw is miles ahead of the usual methods. We developed a solution which is supposed to solve the problem where it occurs. That means at the screw. A bleed screw that has to be sealed, which needs a return valve so that bleeding can be done by anybody. It is as practical as it is brilliant. The often corroded original screw is taken out. Screw in the new bleed screw, attach the hose and start pumping. The return valve in the screw prevents fluid and air bubbles from getting back into the system. This guarantees that the entire air is pumped out of the system and full braking effect is restored. Fill up with new brake fluid and keep pumping until the old fluid is completely drained. The difference between old and new is easy to see. But not only the brake fluid, but also the original rubber lines must be changed regularly, approximately every 5 years. It is probably a good idea to replace the old lines with wear-resistant steel flex lines. We recommend changing the bleed screw as well. At a touch under €30, a small but good investment in safety.